Hello, mighty miners, and all our other friends joining us today. This is Mr. Keith with Mr. Keith's Content. Today for Mr. Keith's Content, we're going to talk about two types of animals. One group of animals that like cold weather, and the other group that doesn't. But we're going to start off with our group of animals that like the cold weather. And I want my friends to pay attention as I go through this, because there will be a quiz at the end of this book. The first group are polar animals. The North Pole and the South Pole are the coldest places on Earth. North Pole being at the very top of the Earth, the South Pole at the bottom of the Earth. Animals that live in snow and ice need to keep warm. Some have thick fur, some have fluffy feathers, some are big and fat. Lots of polar animals are white so they can hide in the snow. The polar bear. I'm large, I'm long, I'm very strong. I look very cuddly with my furry feet, but I get hungry when I smell fresh meat. Eyes, nose, ears, furry feet. Yes, I'm a polar bear. I'm hairy, I'm scary. Beware. Grrr. Walrus. I have whiskers and tusks. I am wrinkly and fat. I can sleep in the water, and that is that. Snowy owl. Big eyes, sharp beak, talons. I am a snowy owl. I live in the ground. I fly over grasslands. I don't make a sound. Hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo. Arctic fox. In winter, my fur is thick and white. It keeps me very warm. In summer, my fur turns gray and brown. I can hide and be safe from harm. The seal. I am a seal. See my smooth skin? My flippers help me steer and swim. I make a hole in the ice to catch fish to eat. I jump in the water when I hear bare feet. The penguin. We're black and white penguins. We're birds who cannot fly. Feet, flipper, tail, beak. Whee! We can leap and dive. We can swim and slide. Now for the quiz to see if you guys were paying attention. Question number 1, what do polar bears eat? If you said that they eat fresh meat, give yourself a thumbs up. Question 2, which polar animal has whiskers and a tusk? Did you say a walrus? If you said walrus, give yourself a pat on the back. Question 3, where do snowy owls live? If you said they live in a hole in the ground, say hooray. Question 4, can a penguin fly? No, of course penguins can't fly. It uses its wings for swimming. So if you got that question right, I want you to clap your hands and give yourself some applause. Question 5, what does a seal use its flippers for? If you said for steering and swimming underwater, I want you to get up and do a little dance. And finally, question 6, what color is an Arctic fox in summer? If you said that they are gray and brown, I want you to do all of the things we talked about. Give yourself a thumbs up, a pat on the back, say hooray, clap your hands for applause, and get up and do a little dance. So these were our friend animals that actually like the cold weather. But what about our friend animals that don't like the cold weather? Let's learn about them. To do this, we're going to need to know some vocab. Our first word is burrows. Burrows are holes in the ground dug by animals. Second, predators. Predators are animals that hunt other animals. And third, the word sound. Now, it's not the type of sound that we hear. This one is an adjective to describe how animals might sleep, so they would be in a deep or undisturbed sleep. No food for winter. Many places have cold winters. Some animals in these places have trouble finding food in the winter. Many animals move to warm places to find food. Other animals hibernate. What is hibernating? Hibernating is like a very sound sleep. Hibernating animals sleep for many days or weeks at a time. Animals breathe slowly when they hibernate. Their hearts beat slower, and they do not need to eat. How do they stay alive? Hibernating animals eat lots of food before winter begins. They store the food in their bodies as fat. Their bodies live off this fat while they sleep. They also need a safe place to sleep. They need to be safe from the cold, and they need to be safe from predators that want to eat them. And here we can see a bear that is in its den. Some animals, like bats, hibernate in caves. Hibernating snakes sleep underground in burrows. Frogs and turtles sleep in mud at bottom of ponds. And in this picture, we can see a group of snakes and a drawing showing a burrow with some snakes in it. Hibernating animals. Groundhogs, chipmunks, and snakes hibernate. Frogs, turtles, and prairie dogs hibernate. Hamsters and hedgehogs hibernate. Even bees and snails hibernate. Some mice, squirrels, and bats hibernate all winter long. Bears, badgers, and skunks might wake up to eat on a warm day. Then they go back to sleep. In the spring, all the hibernating animals wake up. Well, I hope my friends learned something new about animals that like the cold weather and animals that don't. Until next time, friends.